Hello, my name is Jalen Johnson. I am a junior at the University of Maryland Eastern Shore as a digital media major. For my oral presentation, my topic was about the differences between Maryland and Florida flooding due to climate change. When it comes to climate change, down here in Maryland, it's a big factor because a lot of people don't really like the climate change because how it is now is different from how it was back in the day. Back in the day, it could be hot one day and maybe half the week it would be hot. But nowadays, due to climate change, if it's hot one day, it's gonna be cold the next day. Or if it's hot one week, the whole next week is gonna be cold, raining, cloudy. It's just not really gonna be sunny anymore. And right now, it's in the month of May, and we're still getting cold weathers, windy weathers. What's going on here? Now, when it comes to Florida, that's different. That's a different topic. You know, Florida's climate change is really different than ours. Florida, when it comes to their climate change, if it's hot one day, it's hot the whole week, maybe even the next week. But that's just how Florida is due to it being on the East Coast. You know, Florida really doesn't get a winter. They don't really get snow. They might get a little cloudy day every now and then. Might get a little wind here and there. But other than that, they don't really get some type of climate change like we do. Their climate change is way different than ours, and in the presentation, that's how we was setting the differences between the two. We found a lot of different graphs and information about Florida and Maryland. Mine was Maryland, to be specific. What I was doing was showing different places in Maryland that received more floodings, and in my research, I realized Princess Anne, Salisbury, and like Frederick, Maryland was the main spots that got more flooding than most Maryland places. And that's due to, one, not only climate change, but two, where it's located. Princess Anne is located near basically Ocean City and the Chesapeake Bay. So a lot of water comes in from there. So if it floods one day, that rain will carry over all into Princess Anne or maybe Salisbury. And Salisbury, from the research I found, Salisbury is a known place to receive lots of flooding. It's bad for floods. A lot of people know Salisbury is horrible for floods. Princess Anne, you get a flood every now and then, but Salisbury is definitely the main spot for floods. And to compare Florida from Salisbury, it's a huge difference, but it's kind of the same in a slight way, because Florida is the whole state of Florida will flood. Jacksonville, I can't name all the cities in Florida, but Florida, the whole Florida state will receive floods. But when it comes to Maryland, it's only a couple cities that really receives floods. But one of the main spots that receives floods is Salisbury and Frederick, Maryland. And looking into the charts, if we was to keep receiving floods from now into 2050, at this point, Salisbury might as well be up there with Florida, because with the charts, Salisbury is definitely getting up there in floods. So with this research, it definitely helped me figure out how climate change is, how it's really affecting us as human beings, and also gave me a little mind of thought. What are we gonna do to change climate change? How can we change climate change throughout the years? So yeah, that was pretty much it. That was a quick little summary of my topic, or about my section of the oral presentation for the class. So thank you guys for tuning in.